In the top right side, we got the red Protoss. Somehow, some way teamless right now. I'm not quite sure. He must be asking a celebrity amount of team support money. I am not completely 100% sure. Anyway, he is Trap. In the bottom left side, the blue Zerg player fighting for the Alpha Axis. He is RAGNAROK. He's fighting on his home turf, right? He is playing in the Alpha X tournaments. Or, well, into the Alpha X tournaments. But I'm fairly sure that he is, he feels okay about doing... Oh, wait a moment. He spent all his money elsewhere. What's he doing? Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Did manage to get his natural at the natural. Trap a bit confused here. What did you do? And that's right. He just delayed his hatchery a little bit. Or maybe even went just for the 17, actually. The 17 hatch, that could be the case. No, maybe 18, actually. Anyway, regardless. How come most players joined Team Envy and not Trap? I mean, there could be a limit as to how many players they can fit on their roster. And then there could also be, like, a difference, right? I mean, I think you would have to pay somebody like Trap a bit more money than somebody like SOS, perhaps? Or maybe the team owner is just a bit of a bigger fan of SOS rather than Trap. This may just be my personal look on it, of course, because I see Trap as a better player overall than SOS. SOS is a fan favorite, though, to be fair as well. Those 3 players are not cheap already. Yeah, that as well. I mean, there could just be a limit as to how many of those players you can get on that team, right, as well. There's only so much financial backing that you can acquire as a team and provide a good home. If you take on too many players, ultimately that could lead to these players not having a home for very long, right? And that would just be counterintuitive. It would make the problem worse rather than better. Alright, Trap here, looking around, checking to see if there's any overlords anywhere. He's opening up with the Stargate. See if we get to see his Blink play again as well. Is there a block? It's a nice little block actually. Maybe the probes will be able to... Yeah, okay, that was very good. That was a very nice little maneuver there. Just blocking off the short way into the base and denying that scout that way. Letting the Stalker run past. Very, very cool. A tiny little thing, but you know what? Impressive nonetheless. I mean, it shows the brains in this boy. I mean, it's a good thing he has those, you know, the big brains. Not a really long neck. That would be problematic, of course. Would cause imbalance. Would cause him to kind of dangle his head. It would be difficult to see the monitor. It's no good. No good. Anyway, so... Here we are. A couple of Zerglings trying to figure out as to what is going on, of course. I'm not sure if they saw the Oracle. I assume they did, as they're already kind of bunching up right now. Oracle here. They're not going to do anything, unfortunately. Zerglings not doing anything either, though. Although, I mean, the main thing right here is getting the scout, right? So, seeing that there's a probe over here, building a pylon and such, nice little indicator that there is that third base on the way. Not seeing anything peculiar either, right? Nothing out of the ordinary, no robo units already out or anything crazy like that. There were 2 oracles spotted also. Behind this, there we are. Trap going for the Twilight Council and the Forge. That's what he likes to do here. He does it pretty darn well as well, so... Let's see if that is going to be the case again here. Couple of queens just kind of yeeting away the Oracle so far. That's a nice pickup right there. There we go. It's going to cause some... well, a little bit of a delay in the... No, actually, nothing really. There are enough queens overall, but yeah, I'm not sure if that was worth it. That was a bit unfortunate. Did lose that oracle there. You know what? You see Trap do something, you're like, alright, that's good. Is it? Wait a moment. Couple of adepts not gonna find too much either, or at least they shouldn't. Just a big swell of links right there. 3 drones is better than nothing, I suppose. It's pretty darn close to nothing as well. Ragnarok still on a very healthy worker count. We got the charge upgrade on the way here instead of blink for Trap so far. I like seeing him go blink. What was it again? Parting versus... I think it was Rogue. Yeah, not that long ago we saw Parting versus Rogue. And Parting just going absolutely ham with those Blink Stalkers. It was endless and it was quite something else. It was a sight to behold. Took like, what, 25, 30 minutes? Just pretty much non-stop Blink Stalker micro everywhere. That game was nuts. So yeah, I'm a big fan right now of the Blink Stalker play against the Zergs. Although it did feel like it worked out very well because Rogue was going for the roaches here. Anyway, this attack, it does have those 2 Archons. The Archons are pretty darn tough. Although the Hydra's there, I don't know, it felt like he may have been able to hold that, but decides not to go for it. Instead, focuses more attention on the counter-aggression. Already having an Archon here and a couple of Zealots, it doesn't look like there will be much achieved at all, actually. I think we can comfortably say there was nothing achieved right there. I mean, to get a cancel on your base for that, not really worth it. There we go. Hallucinated Phoenix is checking out the neighborhood. Is this just gonna stick to Archon Zealots here for a really long time? Interesting stuff. I'm not sure how that works when there's already, well, Hydras and Banelings here. I would assume you're gonna need some sort of AoE splash damage, right? Other than Archons. We're gonna get ourselves some High Templars with Storm. That's something. Alright, that's okay against the Lingbane Hydra. Doesn't do as well against the roaches, but of course we're not having any type of roach tech over here at all whatsoever. So we're not quite sure if Ragnarok is planning to get himself a quicker lurker switch up here either. Maybe getting the delay on that 4th base did slow him down quite a bit with that transition right there. Baneling speed now just completing and immediately going forwards with this Baneling aggression. Was funkily positioned as well. Funkily, that is the word indeed. Oh, yeah, not going to get much. Single High Templar. Yeah, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Well, this could be big. How did Ragnarok know? Oh, how did Trap know? Man. In each other's minds here. There's that fleet beacon switch up here. Only still 1 Stargate on the field, so I would assume we're going to get a couple more out of Trap. So Trap's just kind of playing with the Charge Lot Archon into Stargate's play. I mean, it's an interesting start. It makes a lot of sense, right? You have most of your minerals going towards the Zealots. Allows you... Oh dear, that is... Okay, that's a dead War Prism. The Archons here, let's see. The Hydras do get called out as well. The Zealots may have an opportunity to hit up the other base, but no, alright. Ragnarok already splitting up his units. Alright. Alright, well, here we go. That's a big attack of the units coming in. That's quite a couple of Banelings, actually. 36. Did Cure Rogue play? No, that is still coming up momentarily. Trying to avoid these. Oh my god, the Baneling's so close already to the High Templar. A lot of them immediately transforming into Archons without doing anything. I guess they're Archons now. Oh, the sentry's getting caught out as well. This is not looking all that fancy for Trap here. Kind of getting caught mid-transition. Still had some supply open for the carrier army, I suppose. Right now, just going for the Zealots as the Zealots are whopping in. The Hydra still attacking an assimilator here. And a lot of them attacking the Nexus as well, but it looks like it will not matter. He will have barely enough here, I believe, to clean this up, does he? There's no reinforcements coming in anymore. Okay, no. Trappy does hold, but it did lose 30 workers. And he lost the majority, the bulk of his ground forces, right? And that's the scary part, because now, do you still go for the transition? I don't think you do. You need to remake your ground forces before you're allowed to get yourself the next step of army tech, right? Because, well, maybe you can kind of try to do a little bit of both, in a way. Slowly get yourself up there, but, I mean, you're very likely to then just die to a big swell of Hydras that comes in. You need to have that significant amount of carriers that is able to steamroll, and that's going to be a difficult thing for Trap to get to right now. So yeah, he's starting to add some more infrastructure here, defensive setup. Starting to get a couple more units out on the field. But still, it's not much here at all whatsoever. As compared to what Ragnarok is bringing to the field here. Is Ragnarok actually gonna get himself the first victory here right now in this best of 5? Oh my dear lord. He's doing it. Game number 1. You act like Ragnarok is bad? I mean, I just don't see Ragnarok being on the same level, and he's just been upping his game continuously. I'm very glad to see it, but, you know, he's not bad, that's for sure. We have been able to see him get some major victories in this tournament already, and he's doing it here again right now. At least the first game. That is quite something. He's overdoing it. I'm biased towards Trap here. So I'm not sure if it's bias or if it's just me anticipate or seeing Trap as the more accomplished player and more of the favored player here. So I don't know. Kind of like Ragnarok being the underdog, right? And then you know, I want to try to present it as him still being the underdog, because that's how I feel. That's how I perceive this still, right? Trap, he is such a darn good player. Ragnarok, don't get me wrong, also very, very strong, but I mean, jeez Louise, Trap as well? Is he going to be able to take care of Trap also? My god, he's on a roll this tournament. It's only one game though, guys. It's only one game. Let's see. I mean, the one player, he didn't beat Rogue in the ZVZ. That's one. He lost one single map to Bunny. And he lost the map to Innovation. And he lost the map to Solar. So, you know what? He's squeezing himself through. But he didn't, like, you know, only drop one map so far in this tournament like Trap did. When Trap did start off in the same bracket as Ragnarok here. I mean, the previous time in the best of 3 they met in this tournament, Trap 2-0'd Ragnarok, in fact. So, alright. In the bottom right side, we got ourselves a red Protoss player. Who knows what's going on in his mind right now? He is Trap. Top left side, the blue Zerg. Alpha axis, Ragnarok. Will he be able to make this his tournament? Will be very nice for him, of course. I mean, that's going to give you quite a chunk of extra confidence next time you're going up in the Premier tournaments against players like the, you know, that with the name of Trap or Innovation. All those players. Map was Zerganatha, though. Keep that in mind. That is true. That is true. Trap didn't veto it, though, so it seemed like he was still comfortable on it. Didn't get a lot of harassment done, though. That is definitely something we'll have to look into, right? That is stuff that can let a game fall apart for a Protoss. Having those two first initial oracles, only getting a queen, maybe a drone as well. You know, that is rough stuff. The Warp Prism harassment, not being able to achieve anything either. He did manage to get the cancel on that 4th base, which is also very big, but maybe on its own, compared to all the little things that didn't quite go his way, not enough to still bring him into a good position in that game. Rex still a world-class player? yeah, of course. He's on my team, dude. Of course, I know he's a great player. I don't want to undersell him, don't get me wrong. I don't want to undercut just the overall, you know, the grandeur that it would be really for him to again take out one of these really big names. Right? It means a lot still. It shows that he's getting more consistent. It shows that he's getting better and better, upping his game. That's very impressive. Roach Warren being dropped down from 2 bases so far. Does still grab himself a 3rd. Could still be because of a little bit of larvae, right? Extra larvae for the attack right here. Because that Roach Warren, that is not really a Roach Warren timing for a adept attack. It's a little bit more than that. A little bit too early. As if he's anticipating a earlier attack from Trap here. Fairly certain we're going to get Ragnarok to be aggressive. And it could come out quite well for him. As with what Trap is doing, the build overall, I would say it does favor Ragnarok here. You spend a lot of your money, a lot of your resources getting the upgrade, getting your extra technology, right? Twilight Council, Robo, Warp Prism. Warp Prism's still a good tool to defend this type of stuff. But, yeah, you just don't have the capabilities defensively as much with the Adepts as you do offensively, right? You can't force the Roaches to chase your Adepts when you shade them away. Because, well, the Roaches want to be here anyway, right? If your Adepts shade out, that's just a benefit for them. That's going to be good for them. So, it becomes a lot more difficult for you to really take good trades with these Adepts. Oh, he's starting to move out. Oh, he saw! Alright, moving everything back right now. There we go. Let's see. He does manage to get the pylon down, but the bile... Oh, wonderfully done there as well. Let's see how this will be able to perhaps be salvaged by Trap. It's going to be incredibly difficult. Needs to have something on the ramp here. He does not manage to get it. Trying to get these units to safety. Microing them one by one into the choke points here. Calling in some probes as well. Buying a little bit of extra time. He's losing a lot of infrastructure. More units coming in for the Zerg. Zerglings spilling on through the front door. The probes are falling more and more so. Ragnarok found himself a wonderful bit of damage, but overall, more Zerglings are coming in. I mean, the worker count's still good for Trap here, right? It's still hanging in the balance. Could still all go quite badly, but so far, if this is where the damage ends, I think Trap is still going to be in a good position. But is this where the damage ends? That's the big question, of course. Another Adept was warped in here. So far, pretty darn impressive hold from Trap, I would say. This was quite the big investment for Ragnarok. He was supposed to do a lot of damage there. He got 12 probes, but he only got himself up to 23. And he's still behind with 4 right now, so I'd say this is definitely quite the advantage for Trap here. There we go, picking up some more units. GG is called. That's right. Trap being able to take game number 2. Ooh, guys. Felt like it was almost there. It felt like it was almost there, but just a little bit of finesse. A couple of probes being pulled extra. Carry the weight, carry the fight. Some lovely positioning there from Trap. Multitasking as well. Just like first blocking the wall off again with a pylon. That was very cool to see, right? It became very difficult for the rest of those Zerglings to swell in. Could have been an entirely different game, right? If that pylon didn't make it in the wall in time. Another thing, of course, being able to warp in during the micro or in the main base as well there from Trap. Very impressive. Didn't know it was coming, still held. That's right, Trap. And magnifique, magnifique. Doing some good micro there. Rag should focus the natural with all units and not send into the main. I mean, it's, you know, hindsight 2020, right? With that build, he definitely wants to kill Trap. Going into the main base, not allowing Trap to reassemble forces to make a fighting force, being able to stay on top of the fighting units, right? If you manage to get that collapse going, that's kind of your win condition there, right? So yeah, it's a very difficult choice to make. I can see where you're coming from, right? It would have been a lot easier for the rest of the Zerglings to come in that way. But yeah, sometimes you just don't know that there is still a probe in the neighborhood ready to put down a pylon just when you don't expect it, right? It's rough. It's rough. It's quite the difficult game. This man in the top right side, the red Protoss, tying it up though. Having a wonderful hold there. He is Trap. Quite a nice bit of aggression. Let's see what he is planning for this round. The blue Zerg from ITaX. He is RAGNAROK. Hindsight just called. Does not like to be associated with 2020. Ah, yeah. Yeesh. Alright. RAGNAROK immediately going towards the third base location here. Trap. What's Trap's plan? Nothing too much, just kind of checking around. Looking to find that hatchery. Is there a hatchery or is there none? Does manage to spot it right here. Of course. Probes will be probes. Every day. Oh, yeah, he messed up. He messed up a little. Actually gathered minerals before he wanted to. DRG and GSL did go to round 4. Lost against Rogue, yeah. I mean, Rogue, he seems to be, again, in really tip-top shape here, right? It does seem like he's, once again, just an insane player overall. In StarCraft 2, it is just such an incredibly difficult game to be consistent with. Like, it is so incredibly hard. I just need to play better. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, guys, we do see a Twilight Council here coming in for Trap. There is a Stalker being made and a Robo. Stalker could just be there to try and deny the Overlord Scout. Are we going to get the Adept Glaive? I would assume so. Yeah, yeah. Nani? Build something? Get the money? Get the upgrade? There it is. Alright. Robo done now as well. RAGNAROK not going for any type of aggression this time around. Just playing it as safe as he can, pretty much. Would like to get a scout off, of course, as to what precisely is going on. Does he see the shield battery? He doesn't. He just sees the second pylon right there. Ro4 properly timed. It's always the moment of truth in a way, right, for a Zerg player. Is he gonna be able to get things rolling his way, or... sorry for being ignorant, but what does that Adept upgrade do? Yeah, it speeds up the Adept attack. It does quite a bit of extra... adds quite a bit of extra power to the Adepts. And it's alright, dude. We all start somewhere, right? Just keep asking questions and... keep learning the game, you know? That's the fun about StarCraft, the entire learning process. See, nice cancel there on those Adepts. Just kind of sticking to the Queens for now. There we go, Shades moving forwards. The Zerglings will have to stay on top of those Shades here. Gotta be careful, the drone's already under a bit of pressure, and again, the cancel of the Shade will just stick around in the same place. The Zerglings now a bit tired of the whole cat and mouse game, are just gonna go straight for the fight here. The Queens and Roach is definitely adding in a ton of extra damage. A couple of Adepts still moving backwards as these Adepts here are gonna try to get on top of the drones. How many drones do we have remaining? 36 only, so... I mean, not that many killed off, but there weren't that many to begin with either. Although he can start doing quite a bit of droning now, right? He has been freed up to do quite a couple of rounds of drones here. He's got a good, solid defense. Should not be taking any damage anymore. It's going to see that there is a third base. That's going to free him up even more so to get the droning going. If that's what he wants to do, he could try to bulk up his forces as well, of course, to try and get a cancel on that third base. And so far, we're just seeing more and more Zerglings being made, so perhaps that's what RAGNAROK wants to be doing. But at the same time, we're seeing a layer upgrade as well coming in, so... bit of a mixed signal here. Maybe he doesn't want to go entirely all in. He just wants to get the cancel on the third base, or at least force out more gateway units instead of tech units. Could be the case. Who's using D.Va? The voice, it's a commentator voice here. If I go onto the vision of RAGNAROK, he likes to use D.Va. A lot of the Korean players like to use the voice of D.Va. I wonder if there's a Korean version of it as well, or if they hear the English version. Shreya also uses D.Va, yeah. So she almost says with contempt, readable contempt. Shreya uses D.Va, oh my god. Same voice actress, oh that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what the Korean D.Va sounds like, so it's hard to really judge. Alright, anyway guys, we have quite the big attack coming in here. Trappy did make a reasonable amount of stuff over here. He got himself the Immortals and the Sentries, kind of anticipating this almost, it seems like, but there's just so much. There's so much Zerg right now, and it's not slowing down. The shield battery overcharge stays up a long time, though. Gets a lot of value together with that War Prism. Microing backwards, the Roaches need to get on top of the shooting units. Get on top of the shield battery something. Cannot afford to have loose fire somewhere. Needs to keep doing damage to the right targets. And see, right now you can see like a lot of units just gonna stray. Trying to target all sorts of things as RAGNAROK is trying to get more and more units into this place right here. Oh, the War Prism micro. My god. Those 3 Immortals right there continuously being microed. Alright. 20 workers went down. The third base also going down. RAGNAROK Ragnarok, he is still pushing. Still coming in. It's going to be rough to get everything out of those biles, but somehow Trap does manage to do so. Again, wonderful micro here. Now Ragnarok, this is the moment, right? This is where it shows. He shows his true colors. Is he ready to go into the macro game from this point onwards? Or is he going to try to finish off his opponents? It looks like he cancelled the lay attack and he's going at it once again right now. So how many kills the Immortals have? Alright, we'll take a quick look actually. 19, 25, 2 and 0. 19 and 25. Oh, it's a lot, isn't it? And then to be fair, they're shooting Zerglings as well. Right, it's not just all Ravagers and Roaches. Alright, here we go. Again, another attempt at getting a second fight going here from Ragnarok. Somehow, he's missing this entire army, though. He's got 2 armies set up on either side, and yeah, he is not finding quite out that there is this attack coming in here. Alright, doesn't see the enemy units. Oh, the probe not placed appropriately in the wall. All the Zerglings just spill in. That's going to be a lot of damage. That's going to force Trap here to make everything happen with this attack. There's not that much Zerg available. But with those Zerglings in the main base, perhaps Ragnarok can afford to lose this base. Doesn't have to fight here if he doesn't want to. It looks like he wants to. He's already losing a lot of those Zerglings. They are taking a lot of damage. And with that War Prism here and the Immortals, I don't think the Ravagers alone are going to be enough. It's going to need more forces. Oh, no. Well, all right. No, never mind. All right. It was enough. It was enough. I guess also, right, once you fight at the other side, Diva's so distracting, yeah, joke, I joke, guys, I joke. Thought Trap could have won that. I mean, to be fair, more and more reinforcements was spilling in. It was going to be very difficult. I mean, even if he wins that fight in particular, I mean, we mentioned he was allowed to lose that base. Wouldn't have been the worst one. Because with that Ling run by in the main base of Trap right there, that was just gruesome, right? That was the real killer. Even a base race he wouldn't have won, in my opinion. Yeah. So distracting that Ragnarok won with it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what you guys have against Diva. She's a lovely, lovely Korean lady. That is just doing her job, alright? Alright? Just doing her job. He won twice with the Ling Ravager Roach Bust. What the hell? I mean, the first game he won was with Ling Bane Hydra, right? Not a single Roach actually entering the field there. Do you think the glaive openings are still good? I feel like more defensive play would be better for Trap, or at least the transition to Disruptors. Let's wait what Gemini says. Alright. Alright, so, moving on. Bottom right side, there's a red Brodels. Let's update the scores right here. There we go. He is Trap. He needs to win 2 games in a row right now to get himself into the finals. Because this man in the top left side has been doing quite a bit. It's been really showing us quite something else here. He has evolved quite a bit over the last couple of months. It's the blue Zerg player. He is Alpha X's Ragnarok. He's going to be able to get another upset going here. Is he going to be able to keep this momentum going? And eventually, the upsets will no longer be upsets. It will become what we expect from Ragnarok here. Trap always mixes it in at least once a series. Yeah. Has he stopped doing the blink attacks overall against Zergs, or? I mean, he is blocking that natural base, so that makes, yeah. Makes me think it's going to be a depth attack again. Although maybe Blink Stalkers wouldn't be the worst on this location either. I guess if you were to go Blink Stalkers, it would have been nicer if it was over here, because you have this place to abuse. I think, right? You could just walk in here and then get to safety very quickly this way. Alright. Does Trap ever go for voids? I think so, right? A lot of players have been experimenting with it. Would it make sense that Trap also does it? You just joined? It's because there was a probe. A probe over here blocking it. Alright, once again the Stargate opening here for Trap. Could lead into a lot of other places, of course, still. Let's see what he goes for. Maybe we'll get those Void Rays that, you know, people do like to see these days. They're a fun bunch. Funnily enough, as well, now that you see this base here, I mean, it's a little bit more difficult to get the attack, well, defend the attack overall. But at the same time, if you do manage to, you know, hold off any type of harassment, your creep spread is going to be quite out of this world, right? You're going to have a creep spread pretty much maybe twice as far as you would normally have. Is that the normal third position? Yeah, it's fairly common to take this as the third. A lot of Zergs like to take this one. It's a bit more open, makes it easier for you to run around with Zerglings and such, get surrounds going, things like this. Spore Crawlers on the way. The Oracle actually being utilized first as a spotter of the Overlords there. RAGNAROK coming in here with an Overlord? No, he didn't, so... Bit surprised, actually, that this is being given away freely, this information. And then, to be fair, RAGNAROK consistently has been prepping against the potential Stargate opening. That's been something that he takes into the equation every single time he boots up the ZVP so far against Trap. Like that, he's focusing down the ropes. Very good call overall. Gonna make life a lot more easy for the Zerg units here. Let's see what these Oracles will be able to get done as well. Couple of drones. 1, 2. That's not much, is it? That really isn't. Needs to get a bit more done. Gonna try to get some more in the main. The targeting on that Spore Crawler, though. Oh my god. Okay, 7 drones. It's something. It is something. Overlord getting a scout on the double gateway here. That's about it. Doesn't see much else. Knows that it's most likely not more Stargates, though, so that's a good call for him. 7 is good. That is indeed a lot better than just the one that we saw in the Queen, the previous Juggernaut. Oracle gonna zap away some tumors. Give us a bit of a light show. Truly think they are from the band Rammstein sometimes, the Protoss units. Just one and all lasers and fireworks everywhere. Alright, well, Rook's already gone here, making this a lot easier as we've mentioned, but there's not that much available for RAGNAROK actually. The Queens are helping out a ton. The Roach is getting a really good concave as well, but it looks like he's going to need a bit more time. 2 Spine Crawlers about to finish up as well. But good rotation here from Trap, kind of eliminating them out of the fight here, making it quite difficult for them to participate. Spines most likely need to make use of this opportunity here to move themselves around as well. Well, I guess he wants to keep them back there. I mean, the Stalkers are going to be able to just poke away at the hatchery and force the Zerg units forwards regardless. Oh, Warp Prism. Yeah, there we go. Does get on top of the Immortal. The drones are going to get pulled here as well. I mean, this is not really an all-in from Trap here. He's still making probes. He's still got that third base. The Spine Crawlers now finally moving forwards. One of them already going to get picked off at the moment where they kind of start moving. The other one gets 1, maybe 2 pokes. Alright, no, does survive for now. Still poking in with that damage. That Spine Crawler absolutely crucial here. The damage if Ragnarok still wants to hold this, but it's not looking good. I think we may have ourselves a tied up series here, guys. Even if Trap kind of goes home right now, I struggle to see Ragnarok win this. And, I mean, Ragnarok's gonna lose this base as well right here. No real way for him to stop that from occurring. Guess Trap is gonna try to go for the army units first and foremost. Is that a bit too greedy here? Starting to take more damage. A couple of Stalkers in the red. The Warp Prism also getting targeted down. Very important to target down Warp Prisms, guys. That stops you as a Protoss player to continuously micro here, of course. Keep that fight going. Couple more drones here, getting picked off once again. Let's see what Trap is going for in his own base. Still got the 1 Robo, making 2 more gateways. He may just be planning to go for another follow-up attack here. It wouldn't be bad because, I mean, what can you do as Ragnarok? You can either remake your drones and then have a very weak force against the follow-up attack, or you're going to go for the counter-attack, right? You're just going to swell up a lot more roaches here and try to make something happen across the field. So I think this is a good plan here for Trap. He is taking another base as well, though, behind this. He's getting Blink, the +1. No Robotics Bay, nor any type of High Templar Archives or anything of the sorts. No access Stargates, nothing of that type. Bit of Warp Prism harassment here. Catching 2 drones. Oh, that unit's lost tab. Oh, that is looking rough for Ragnarok. More than double the minerals lost here. And the guest count, just only 400 here. Extra lost for Trap. Not as bad. Because he is mining more anyway. In he comes again. Wave 2. Ragnarok, no Spine Crawlers this time around, nor are they about to finish up either. This army still consisting mainly out of Stalkers though. I mean, the Immortals are going to have to do the real damage here, the real carrying of the weight. And the force fields are going to be crucial also, of course. I struggle to see a pathway to victory here for Ragnarok, guys. I don't think it will happen. A blink forward, comes straight in. Oh, good bios there on the Warp Prism. That could be a bit of a winning move there, but is it going to be enough? Definitely something that had to happen, but I think it may be too little too late. Actually bombarding his own overlords here. GG is called. We're going into game number 5, guys. There we go. There we go. 2-2-2. I mean, to be fair, after that first initial attack, Ragnarok not quite prepared, took a lot of damage, and then that's hard to make that comeback happen, right? We saw him going into the drones, reclaiming that drone count, but yeah, the Spines were, yeah, they weren't doing a lot either, right? It was a tricky position overall. I mean, against the Depths and Zealots, if there were Depths and Zealots in that army, that would have been a great position for the Spine Crawlers to be at. But unfortunately, it was just Stalkers and Immortals. And yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Pewee 2, he thinks Trap's going to win this next one. Could be. Could be the case. Could definitely be the case. Did I miss anything here, actually, from the... Ah, doesn't look like it. Alright, we're good. We're good. Rag definitely putting up a better fight than I thought. Yeah, I thought as well. It was a bit frightful. I know he's a good player. I know he can make upsets happen, but he's been already making a lot of upsets happen here in this tournament. To do it again? That's gonna paint Ragnarok in a whole different light for me. He's the blue Zerg. Here in the bottom left side from ITaX. Top right side, the red Protoss. Teamless right now. I mean, his neck is a little bit stubby, isn't it? He is. Trap. Make a prediction for the chat for channel points who will win the next match. What do you mean? Like, you want me to make a prediction and then... Or like... For people to be allowed to make a prediction and then you get channel points if you get the prediction right? Or you want a way to spend your channel points in order to get the prediction? Yes, alright. I said I said 3 things. You can't just say yes when I say 3 things, alright? We can't do it all, can we? Can we do that? I'll let Sushi look into it. Just put more work on his plate. He doesn't have enough to do already. Yes, yes, okay, alright. You're a different guy? Well, I don't know. Maybe you just like the idea. And you want to spend my points. Alright, yeah, we do need to look into some channel point things here, huh? I guess you're right. You guys have any good channel point ideas overall? How many options do you want, chat? Yes. Alright. Good talk. Good talk, boys. Alright. Alrighty. What are we doing this? Where are we going with this game? Nothing lost. Natural in the natural. That's always a good sign, right? Overlords, Also a bit of a chubby, stubby neck. Chubby, stubby neck there. Oh. Prediction and wagering points is really fun. Keeps you in the match more rather than just passively observing. Is there an option to do that? My dear lord. I've been out of the channel points game for a while now. Been streaming too much on the other platform. Crichton does it? I don't know. I see. That is pretty cool. Alright, Stargate opening here. Did it get spotted? It did not. 2 Adepts coming in to cast the stir first, right? Start mixing the drink. Getting a creep tumor, that's always nice. Two drones. Can we get to 3? Yes, we can. Little Obama Adepts right there. Oh. Alright. Is this worth it? Okay, I guess so. There's a lot of energy right there. Maybe preoccupied with the removal of links from the front door. Trap aiming to get himself a third base here. Still quite a couple of links around, though. With the oracles and the adepts. He has nothing to fear. At least not from that amount of links. Maybe if there were more links, of course, you know. There's always the case to be made. Well, if there were more links, probably the other person would die, right? You can make that claim in every single situation. Except for, like, TVP or TVT. PvP as well. Alright. Oracles being shooed away from the bases. 4 workers did go down, though. It's not as big as 7, but it did get a reasonable worker count here, right? It's not that big of a difference. And, of course, also Trap not losing any of those oracles this time. Four extra gateways and a robo. Where's this robo? There it is. Right, what kind of structures do we have so far? Okay, yeah, now he is starting that transition. Ooh, there is the blink play, by the way. Been waiting for this one. And the blink play, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to get a cancel on the 4th base. Before the Zerg really managed to acquire it. Another base gonna get taken here by Ragnarok. So Ragnarok is going for the roaches. With roach speed for the time being. And a spire. Huh. Roach Mutalisk. Alright. I can dig it. Bjorn needs to lay off. He's still playing in every tournament. Yeah, it's oof. Ooh, one oracle goes down. Hold up. Hold that thought, guys. Here we go. The big fight's gonna happen right now. That's a lot of biles. But not quite enough to take out the War Prison right there. Well, it would have been if they hit. That was fair, but not the best place to fight there for Ragnarok. Couldn't quite get the concave going as he wanted to. Of course, a lot of sentries there. Getting quite a bit of value out of those fields. And here are the Stalkers once again. Instead of the 4th base there, focusing their attention on the 3rd. I mean, if they get a kill on the 3rd base, not too shabby either, right? Should be pretty good. Very awesome micro here from Trap so far. Just slowly but surely getting more and more value. It's a lot of discipline right here for Trap. Whenever I play with big stalker balls like this, I'm just kind of like, alright, let's go, move forwards, and then, yep, you die quite quickly, but here, Trap being very careful with his positioning, making sure, oh my dear lord, catching all those Zerglings, are you kidding me? Wow. Wow, heads off. Oh, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. No one's getting past Trap here. My god, that was cool. Some quick action right there. Now, Trap didn't get a kill on any bases, right? So that is a bit of a bummer. He did force out a lot of units. But, I guess he traded rather good as well, right? But, let's take a look at the income graph. Can get scary here. It definitely can. He's still doing okay with the Oracle. 5 more worker kills. Losing the Oracle, never compliments a player in StarCraft 2. Ragnarok, I mean, he is impressing me more and more, so if he gets the victory here, my dear lord. And even if he doesn't, I mean, already he's quite proven himself capable of, I mean, maybe a different day, maybe a different series. He's going to be able to take out Trap in a best of 5. Okay, coming in here. He's going to try to get rid of those rocks first and foremost. Make it more difficult. As the Mutalisk, of course, forcing a lot of Stalkers here back at home to stay busy. Give them a lot of busy work. The Mutalisk just kind of flying back and forth between these two locations. Okay, well, that's all they're going to get for now. Disruptors are going to be crucial here. How are these Disruptors going to get their shots off? There we go. The Stalkers trying to get close by to avoid the Roaches and Ravagers from moving forwards and splitting up as easily. But maybe that was also a bit of a damaging move to those Stalker HP pools, of course. But it looks like, yeah, Trap will hold on here. Only losing 2 workers. Oh, careful with those Disruptors, though. Nice. Oh my god. Don't lose both. Wouldn't be necessary. Alright. Alright, Trap does clean it up. Still 51 army supply strong. Ragnarok has been rebuilding, though. He's got a lot of Zerglings. And he's got a good amount of Mutalisk. That is pretty much his army, though. I mean, it's not going to be the easiest to take a fight with those Stalkers. But at the same time, if he stays on to the Roaches here, I'm not quite sure how that's going to go either, right? Against the Disruptors. So, maybe a nice little force here. Oh my dear lord. That's a lot of damage being achieved right now. We only have 1 Stargate as well. So, Phoenix is a long shot removed from joining in the party. And the first one immediately, oh, actually almost getting picked off right here. Can he get the kill on the Stargates? I don't think he will. Alright. Just goes into another place here. Zerglings joining in as well as the Stalkers just blinked underneath the Mutalisk. It looks like Ragnarok is going to go for the base trade and Trap is going to follow suit. Coming in on the other side, the Zerglings trying to ram themselves into the natural base. The Stalkers are not going to be enough here. GG is called. Ragnarok getting himself game number 5, 3-2. He did it. He actually managed. My man Ragnarok. What a guy. GG.